Hey, let's make a left down here. I want to go check out some of these door decoration contestants on the way up.
Oh, dear God. Have you put on your wristwatch yet?
No.
Oh.
Nor will I ever.
Somebody was telling me that the wristwatch actually tells us as we walk up to the door whose room it is.
Well, yeah, but I just get to know people.
Oh,
Because, unlike you keep saying, I do get out there and do other things.
Oh, look at this.
That's not
Why?
bad.
No, not that one. The other one. Why
What?
the hell is this guy got Christmas lights
Oh,
up?
God. You know how much... Oh, man, that irritates me so much. Like, I'm glad I'm not home right now. Because I cannot stand that Christmas stuff is up before fall and Halloween stuff.
Why?
It's just annoying. There's a season for a season.
It's the happiest time of the year.
Yeah. They need to shorten that time of the year.
Maybe they want to be happy all year.
No. Negative.
I mean, he's even got the green and red lights. This dude is ready.
Well, he's going to fail. If I had a vote in this, I would not do it.
He's even got a Grinch mask. Maybe that's his outfit.
Either way, let's focus on these Halloween ones. This one's not bad. Looks like a cave.
Is the door open, or did you just do a really good job?
No, it's...
Oh,
they're good.
very nice.
That actually looks pretty good.
Wonder if Rob and Leon did anything with theirs.
No, I guess we'll find out. Oh, God. Look at this, dude. Do not enter. And they just put an arrow pointing at the already embossed words, do not enter. That's actually pretty funny.
It's very creative. Is this your room?
I would give him an A for that.
Is this your room? Is that the reason you're getting so hyped about it?
No, I just think that's funny. All right,
Yeah.
next.
I don't know, man. I'm getting bored with this. We should go check on the guys.
All right, let's skip all this crap. Shave and a haircut.
Stay out.
Fuck you.
Okay, come on in.
All right. What's up, guys?
Yo.
What time of the year do you think Christmas needs to start?
After Thanksgiving.
Thank you. That's acceptable to me, and bring everything down before New Year's. December is Christmas, not going to the store in September to find everything's on pre-sale.
Or July.
I can't stand that.
If it's hot out, you shouldn't have Christmas.
Right? Like, it's not even hoodie weather.
But what if you live in, like, Hawaii or something?
Oh,
They
man,
just
I
don't
was
get
just going to
Christmas?
say that.
I would never live in Hawaii.
But what if the Fowl gets stationed in Hawaii?
I guess.
You just swim back to the States?
Or
Am
like
I-
southern Florida where it never gets cold.
That's true.
Like Miami?
Miami.
Yeah.
Vice City?
I mean, it's pretty hot out there right now. I was out there earlier today just sweating my ass off.
It's a good thing there's good AC on the
Thank God you got a lot of it. Meh.
A lot of ass.
Yeah. No, I agree. I don't think you should put up Christmas until Thanksgiving. That's like a day after Thanksgiving thing in my family. But we are from the north, so north of the wall, and that's just how we roll. And then as far as taking it down, it can be after.
That
New
was a
Year's.
Game of Thrones reference.
It was.
I got it.
I understood that reference.
So when is it socially acceptable to leave your Christmas lights up until?
Never.
On what?
What?
Say that again?
Socially acceptable for you to leave Christmas lights up until
I already
blank
said that.
date.
New Year's
New
Eve.
Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve?
Down.
So your Christmas lights are going to be up for like a couple weeks?
Yes.
4 to be exact.
No.
Day after Thanksgiving.
My neighbors have
2
had
before New
Christmas
Year's Eve.
lights up for 3 years. They've never taken them down.
Do you not have an HOA?
I do, but I don't know. Maybe they just don't mind. The only thing I've ever had my HOA yell at me about before was when I let my grass grow like jungle length, and I wasn't even angry. I was like, you're right.
How are you able to mow that
Finally.
being so short?
I didn't. I had
Did you have
somebody
to pay
come in and mow
somebody?
it.
Okay.
Guys, I'm lost.
I'm lost in my backyard like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Like that corn maze that I dreamt about.
It's pretty good.
I
We're saying you're short.
I'm well aware.
Okay.
Just like we make fun of Chris for being fat.
My
true.
wife thinks that I'm the Grinch because I am not a fan of
Christmas?
holiday decorations. Yes.
Obviously not Christmas.
And I can't stand that, like glittery stuff, like snowflakes or nutcracker hats, just spilling stuff everywhere.
You don't like
But
snowflakes?
Last year, no.
What do
So
you have against snowflakes?
They need their safe space.
That's fair.
All right, so
I was waiting for that.
I learned a tradition out there where you don't take down Christmas until 14 days afterwards, after Christmas, and it's for something specific. I think it has to do with women. I can't remember exactly, but both my cousin and my mom taught me about it last year. That wait, you don't keep them up until such and such date? I said no. It is a new year. Christmas is done and gone.
When I was growing up, it was
It's time
socially
for
acceptable to
Valentine's.
leave them up until Valentine's Day. Because it was too cold to go outside and fuck around with pulling down the lights and stuff. Around Valentine's Day, it started warming up a little bit more.
That's a good point because, I mean, most of the time, if we took them down around New Year's, it was because it was nice out. And this is, up in Michigan. So it's cold.
But that's
9
more of a
months out of the year.
logistics thing. That's not a keep the spirit thing.
Oh, absolutely. No one cared. They just went, I don't want to go outside in the cold and crawl on top of my roof and try to pull down lights.
That's just actual ropes, though. They're not continuing to turn on the timer and having blow up snowmen out in the yard.
I don't know where you're from, but where I'm from, the most they do is just plug in a strip of lights and just leave it for 3 months. Like, they don't have timers, they don't have blow-up snowmen, they just plug it in and don't look at it until they take it down.
Where I'm from, it's like that big street back home where it's a big thing for Christmas, and there's every house has this like opulent Christmas presentation in front of it.
Every house is the Griswolds.
It's
Yes.
it's required of the HOA to do it.
Yep. That's what I grew up
God,
with.
I would hate living somewhere like that. Like, if I want to do that, I want to do it because I want to do it, not because someone's like, you're legally required.
Let's not talk about Christmas anymore because it is my favorite holiday in the world.
One more joke for you. What do you call a group of Karens? An HOA.
That's pretty good.
Anyways, continue.
When their powers are combined, they become the HOA president.
Or vice president.
Eh.
What were you going to say?
So Halloween.
I take it. Yeah, Halloween.
So it's in a couple days.
Love it.
That's good. I do too. I really like the feel of it. The scary movies that you get into and all that.
Decorations, costumes, crazy food and drink,
Candy,
all of it.
Lots of candy.
haunted houses,
What's your favorite kind of candy?
Kit Kats.
Really?
Yep.
I don't think I've ever heard anyone say that.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard
It's like
someone
something
say
you just kind of occasionally eat.
like it comes in like the variety bag.
I like Kit Kats.
Really?
And
Okay.
crunchy Nestle Crunch bars.
Is
Actually,
that
I have
extra crunchy?
The extra crunchy.
Okay.
I have some of those in my desk if you would like some. Even though Chris raided them the other day and took like all the candy out of my jar.
That was Three Musketeers.
Go figure.
What's your favorite?
I don't know if I have a favorite. Like a go-to. Just kind of all over the place.
Variety.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of variety.
It is the spice of life.
There you go.
Sometimes chocolate. Sometimes I'm sick of chocolate.
Speaking of spice, it's Halloween, so it's pumpkin spice.
Everything.
Everything.
Basic season.
All right, Brittany.
I'm not gonna lie.
Like, or earlier it was what?
It
It
Peggy?
does kind of smell like pumpkin spice in here.
I love pumpkin spice. I bought an air freshener, pumpkin spice. I absolutely love it.
Do you have UGG boots?
No, not in my size. You seen these feet?
He's got Gus boots.
How did you get pumpkin spice air freshener? Like, do they have it in the ship store? Or did you plan to be out to sea so long?
Let me
Well-
guess, he asked the AI for it.
No, we 3D printed it.
Wait, what?
How do you 3D print a fragrance.
Say that again.
Wristwatch.
No, he's
I
got a
don't
good
know.
point. How do you 3D print a fragrance? Like, that doesn't make sense.
How did we 3D print liquor?
Or sex toys.
We
Synthesized.
didn't 3D.
Yeah.
Yeah, see?
Maybe we 3D printed the thing and synthesized the smell. I don't know. This office works on its own.
Well, what I more so meant was, like, did you just walk up to it and select pumpkin spice?
I didn't
Or
select
did
anything.
You, like,
I literally, me and Leon were talking about it, and all of a sudden we were sitting there talking about pumpkin spice, how we could really go for a pumpkin spice latte, love the smell of pumpkin spice, and then ding, and we were like, what the hell was that? Went over to the microwave looking thing. There it was in all its glory.
that's
I
pretty
actually
cool.
really like pumpkin flavor, not pumpkin spice. Because my birthday is around Halloween. It's coming up real soon. I
No one cares.
prefer pumpkin pie than a birthday cake.
Well, let me ask you this. Are you one of those people who says that you like the flavor of pumpkin, or do you like the flavor of synthetic pumpkin? Like actual pumpkin? Like you could have actual pumpkin and be like, oh, this is delicious?
You mean like pumpkin and squash and
You
stuff
like-
like that? No, I'll still eat that.
You like pumpkin pie?
Yes, I prefer that to birthday cake.
All right.
'Cause
Give
there's
me-
a lot of people I know who are like,
give
I
me,
love
like,
pumpkin,
5 minutes.
What I really like is roasted pumpkin seeds.
Ooh, those are good.
That's good too.
But yeah, it's my favorite when you talk to especially like basic girls, you know. They're like, I love pumpkin everything. And then you're like, here's some pumpkin pie. They're like, oh my God, I don't like that. I only like pumpkin spice.
Yeah, it's the most backwards
What?
thing ever. Like, no, there's a whole thing.
There's an
Bring it
actual
on.
pumpkin that tastes like something.
Hey,
It's
do you
not
want it hot?
pumpkin spice.
We have
Probably cold.
the pie cold.
Okay.
Who
I don't think I've ever had a hot pumpkin pie.
One of the traditions we have in my family
Can't.
is we'll make pumpkin pies for Thanksgiving,
Mm.
but the next morning, Friday morning's breakfast is pumpkin pie. So there's always plenty.
Yeah, that's
But I mean, probably one of the reasons why I like it so much is because we do keep it to a short window. Like I would never make pumpkin pie in April.
Hey, you want whipped cream on it?
fair.
Yeah, are you making it? Yeah, I want whipped cream or Cool Whip.
Speaking of pies, I need to one day make y'all my pie that I'm well known for.
Does it have anything to do with a lot lizard?
No, like an actual pie you eat. That's not
Okay.
on a human.
Salamander pie.
Gecko pie. What kind of pie is it?
It's a chocolate haupia pie.
Halpia?
Hal-
Haupia.
What the hell is a
It's a
halpia?
Hawaiian thing.
Are you from Hawaii?
Family, my family.
Oh, okay. That explains why you were going to say Hawaii earlier about
Yep.
the Christmas thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here you go. Here's your pie.
Dude, thank you so much.
That smells delicious.
Call it a happy birthday.
Wait, how'd you do that so fast?
What'd you bitches do for him?
It's not his birthday yet.
I know, but I'm just saying. Best.
And
better
to be
friend.
fair, I've known him for a long time. Every year around his birthday, he starts dropping subtle hints to everyone about his birthday coming up, and then he gets really mad when nobody gives him anything.
Well, he now has a pie. Bet you didn't expect that underway.
I did not. I just had to break out my little spork.
That's fair.
On his Swiss Army knife.
What are you doing over there?
This shit is so good. All I got is just one slice.
Yeah, it was just for you. It's weird how it only made the one slice
Man, that is so
in
good.
a slice. Like it was cut from a pie.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
no crumbled crust or anything. It was like all straight.
Well, I guess we know if we ever have any food cooking contests, who's gonna win.
Hell
Like
yeah.
chili
AI.
cook-offs.
So, anyways, remember when I was here last time, I asked about my wristwatch for being able to come work with you guys. I have checked on that every single day, and every single day it has said status pending.
Oh, too bad.
How long did it tell you, or how long did it take before they gave you your job down here?
Like 12 hours.
Like, I understand if it's going to tell me no, I'd rather just no. But status pending is like the worst thing in the world because, as far as I know, I could wake up and it could be a yes, or I'm going to keep Twiddling my thumbs.
Well, you're probably going to go mess cranking since you asked.
Eh.
That'd be terrible.
It's like when you're waiting on advancement results that should be out anytime.
Here
and
we
you just
go.
sit on the computer and keep hitting that keyboard. Refresh, refresh, refresh.
Well, that's how the freaking website crashes because everyone sits there and keeps pressing refresh, refresh, refresh instead of being patient.
I mean,
Yeah, Drew.
I'm not stressing it this year, but it's like, it's so funny to me how everyone else that's up for promotion can put themselves on a pedestal about how productive they are, and in the days leading up to advancement, they are not productive at all.
Did you get any results back yet?
For what?
Advancement.
I did not make it.
I'm sorry, buddy.
Yeah.
How much you miss it by?
Good thing to go ahead and rub the salt in that wound, considering Mr. Leon found out last week he made it.
Well, that's when they announced the results for E5, but E6 was this week.
Who told you?
You did, Dick. Acting like you didn't. You sat me down with our Chief Master Gunny, and, you know, I got a whole good little conversation from Chris about how...
Wait, who's your guys' chief?
No, the
Master
whole,
Gunny.
You're right, Thompson.
Oh, okay, Dan.
Well, yeah, soon.
Pusha.
No. Soon I'll be able to do that. No, the point I was trying to drive home is because I did tell you, because, can I say Dan to you?
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, because Dan told me. Like I said, I'm not stressing it myself. I just,
So what Dan told you, you're basically a shoo-in. I got it.
that's
I
what I
hear
took
this
out of
like
it.
6 times a day.
That's fair. I'm sorry. How much you miss it by?
17.
17 tenths of a point? What?
I don't know. They just said 17. I said 17 points. They said 17.
That's fair. I don't know what that means.
I don't either. That's the thing. Like, I'm frustrated because I don't know if that means 17 points, if that means 17 cans of bang. Like, I don't understand.
17 years.
Like, I literally was like, 17 points? Okay, easy enough. And they went, no. I said, what do you mean, no? They said, well, 17.
Maybe 17 is like a grade? I don't know.
I have no idea.
Something to look into.
I guess.
17th percentile.
It could be anything at this point. None of us really know.
So speaking of advancement, what are you guys dressing up like for Halloween this year?
What the hell does that have to do with advancement?
We'll go over what a segue means.
If we're home on time, we are going to be dressing up as Money Heist. You know what that is?
What?
No. A bunch of bank robbers?
Yeah, bank robbers.
Why did you just say that?
Well, because if I'm dressing up as a bank robber, I'm not wearing Hamburglar black and white striped shirt with a face
Why?
mask.
Why not?
Why not?
Why not? Because I'm not a
So what
bank
is the difference
robber.
between dressing up as a bank robber and dressing up as a money heist?
Yeah, explain that. Where'd
Because
you
one of
get
them takes a
Money
lot of
Heist?
skill and planning and deception.
Like the
It all
Hamburglar?
takes skill and planning.
So wait, are you going to
What'd
wear
you
like
say?
a really nice suit and a mask or something? Like
No,
that?
it's red coveralls and a Salvador Dali mask. It's based on the show on Netflix. It's a Spanish show. So it's dubbed, but it's actually really damn good.
Sounds stupid.
No, it's good. It's like 4 seasons.
Is this like a family? Your entire family's doing this?
No. My son wants to be Mr. Bones, which is not necessarily a skeleton, but it's more like death, like a reaper dressed as a skeleton.
Bless you.
Skeleton with a top hat?
What is a Mr. Bones? Is that like a reference to
It's a
something?
character he created.
Oh.
Oh, that's better. It's better than copying something from a streaming service.
Yeah, whatever.
Original character, you know.
You're an adult. Jesus.
Well, if we're going to a costume party. See, keep in mind, before they put me into the U.N.A.S.S, when I had to do all these extensions, I was supposed to retire this year. So I was going to have a birthday / retirement / Halloween party. So we had this plan long ago.
Fair. All right.
And
Drew?
your costume?
I'm gonna dress up like Master Chief. Got the full ensemble and everything, whole outfit. Like Halloween's really not that different than
Like an old
cosplaying.
Navy Master Chief?
No, like from Halo.
Mm.
Like it's not that much different from cosplay. I already got my own stuff.
And you're going to just take your kids out?
don't
Take
have
your
kids.
dogs out?
Yeah. Go get
Trick-or-treating?
dog treats.
Oh, I thought you meant here on the Fowl.
Bark or treat.
Like I'm not gonna go out trick or treating by myself. I feel like that's
Wait.
like,
Well, you're short enough. You
creepy.
could probably pass for one.
that's
Wait,
fair.
so I'm anticipating being home by then. Are you anticipating being on the ship?
So
Which means you have your costume here?
I absolutely do. It's in my rack.
Huh.
Wow.
Hey, I went into this with the
This
thought
is your friend.
process that.
Don't mind me as I turn my back to
Hey,
you.
I went into this with the thought process that we're not going to be home for at least a year. That way, if we get home in 11 months, I'm pleasantly surprised, not disappointed. So I brought everything I need.
Do not let
And he
Drew
needs
work
a
with us.
costume.
Do not let Drew work with us.
You know how cool it would be to just have me standing in the corner in a whole Master Chief suit?
I would definitely throw shit at you all the time.
Leon, I thought you'd be the one person who would support me in this.
I am supporting
Especially
you.
since you guys are equal.
We are equals.
I thought you said you had your reach out.
All right, Doom, what are you?
Venom.
I was probably going to dress up as my mom. Be a doctor.
Wait, what? Oh, a doctor. I thought you were talking
Does
about
she
some
have a metal mask?
Ed Gein stuff.
No. She's just a doctor. Works on Mars.
That's cool.
Maybe carry around a BFG.
What's
So you
that
want to
stand
be an
for?
astronaut?
I don't know. I just know that's what she works with. I mean, technically, my mom is an astronaut. She's definitely spacey.
Is she a Martian?
I mean, she hasn't changed her citizenship.
That'd be cool. Marvin, is that her nickname? Marvin the
No.
Martian.
No. But good reach.
That would be cool.
Good try.
Leah?
I'm going to dress up as Raiden
Like from Mortal Kombat?
from Mortal Kombat.
Like a
Or
Viking?
Metal Gear Solid?
Mortal Kombat.
Could be a Viking,
know
and
there
you
was
could
two
be
Raidens.
doing some raiding.
Hell yeah.
So there's-
Raiden that poon.
So there's Raiden from Mortal Kombat and there's Raiden from Metal Gear Solid, but they're spelled the exact same.
So he said Raiden, and you still asked Metal Gear Solid.
Mostly because a ton of people think that it's still pronounced as Raiden. That's why.
A ton of people? I don't hear
Like
anybody ever
all
having that conversation.
All four of them
Hey,
said that.
growing up, Metal Gear Solid was one of my favorite franchises, and all of my friends still called him Raiden.
It's like a dentist. Well, 4 out of 5 gamers agree. It's Raiden.
Yeah, I
4
got
out of
the-
5 people came out from their basements to
So you got like
complain
the
about
hat and everything?
I got the hat, like the little armor stuff, the things on my hands that light up so it looks like lightning.
And you're making fun of me
Oh,
for
that's
having a
badass.
Master Chief suit that I made, and you got things that light up?
I've tried to find some things for the
Don't dog
eyes
on
that
him,
would
that
light
sounds
up
cool.
too, but
It is cool, but mine's
they
cool
didn't
too.
have any. Like make
fair.
my eyes light up
I
and
have-
glow.
See, what
That
Chris
sounds
is-
pretty awesome.
what he's not telling you is that I have his Reach outfit in my rack that he asked me to hold on for.
Yeah.
Making fun of me, motherfucker.
Mhm. You weren't supposed to tell anybody.
We're gonna cosplay together.
So you are equals. I just
Well,
want to know.
we're-
dude,
we're-
Aw.
no, hold on. There is work Leon,
We're brothers.
and then there's Leon, right?
Uh-huh.
We've talked about some of this stuff. We have common interests, like looked at some conventions coming up. Maybe we'll be doing some stuff, depending.
You know
We're
what's
not.
good
He's
about
not
those
as
conventions?
judgmental as you guys are.
All the hot chicks.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
I've been to one, and
Were you a hot chick?
I don't think so.
You go to the no shit legit Comic-Con, it is amazing.
San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't able to get in when I lived out there, but I went by the area and I
Still
didn't.
not in the in crowd.
It's insanely difficult. You wouldn't think that it is.
Or
You're
you
like,
put on a list not to be able to allowed entry.
no,
Like
So-
you have to stay.
Tickets sell out in like
100
12
feet
minutes.
away
I think
from all
12 minutes
cosplayers.
Last time I went, the
Yeah,
tickets sold
Comic-Con
out.
itself, the actual one is really weird because you would think, oh, I'll just buy a ticket. Well, they put them up for sale and they sell out like that. And then on top of that, they usually have like half the tickets are based off of a waiting list from the previous year. Like if you went to the previous year, you get first dibs.
Yeah, I've been
Right.
to some stuff like that.
The big one though, like it takes up all of San Diego. Like I didn't realize that. I thought it was just the convention center. I went by and like multiple miles outside the convention center, there was parties everywhere, those mini cons everywhere for all the people who couldn't get into the actual one.
You heard about what
Fine,
happened?
we'll do our own.
Actually, yeah. And it's free usually.
Heard about what happened, right?
Hmm.
So Comic-Con asked San Diego to make the convention center bigger, so to accommodate more, and the city of San Diego said no, so they moved Comic-Con to L.A.
What?
Really? I
Yep.
heard that's
I
why
did
when
not hear
they
that.
were trying to do the Chargers before they went to LA, that was one of the selling points for the stadium was that they were going to have it double dipped for Comic-Con and stuff like that.
Yep, they refused to make the
I
convention
did
center
not know
bigger.
that they moved that to
Refused or
LA.
just said no and they didn't retaliate? They just said, all right, deuces.
Yeah, they asked them, will you make the convention center bigger? And San Diego said no, so they pulled
I don't know,
shots.
to
We're
be fair,
bringing you
I-
all this cash, and you said no to make you more
So-
cash. So
Well, it
now you
is
get
weird
no
to think
cash.
though because
Well,
I've
that's
been to
a
that convention
fair
center.
bit
It's
to
small.
say no.
Yeah.
There's not really room to expand unless they built a completely new one.
And it's going to bankrupt a lot of businesses, especially in downtown.
yeah.
They make, I remember watching it on the news when I was out there, they make like 85% of their income during Comic-Con for the year.
It is insane. It's really cool too, even though everything is really, really expensive.
Yeah, the hell with that. I'm not paying $30 to get a picture with a former used to be good pro wrestler.
That's fair.
So funny story, when I was out there, I was doing
did
one of
pay
those
$30.
rideshare things.
I did not.
I was a rideshare driver,
Ooh.
and I picked up Superman. Didn't know it. I got a call from Uber, and I was a driver. It was Uber Black because I had my Mercedes that I had, and it was Superman. I was like the real Superman,
Like Henry Cavill Superman?
Yes.
Or like
not Christopher Reeves, Henry Cavill Superman.
I was gonna say it wasn't a
That
handicap
guy
vehicle.
is super.
He was dead.
that's fair.
No joke.
But
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
That's pretty sweet. Did he tip you good?
he did. $300.
Oh,
Holy
really?
shit.
Yep.
I'm sure he could have afforded 400.
Fucking prick.
What is? No, I like that guy. I like him a
Well,
lot.
let's get some sodas. I'm getting thirsty.
Yeah. It's not my. I flew last time.
I bought last
Yeah,
time.
is it my turn?
Actually, it's my time to.
Sure.
It's my time to buy.
Yeah,
I
'cause
got
you're getting paid.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, I'll buy.
Oh, that's right.
No. I mean, yes, you can buy now, but when I say you got next round, I didn't mean
Sodas.
our hangout.
Oh yeah,
sodas.
absolutely. I'll buy. I'll buy the brews too.
All right.
I don't
you-
buy
will
cars with
you-
22% interest.
Will
small-
you buy the lot lizards?
I can't afford all that now.
I will never buy a lot lizard. It's
Alright.
gross.
Well, if it's gifted.
I will BRB. LOL.
No. And then I says, what the hell?
I'm back. All right. Here you go. Here you go.
Thank you.
Here you
Cool.
go.
Muchas gracias,
Here's
por favor.
Here's your card. All right. What are you guys talking about? Where did I leave off at?
I don't know. You were gone so long. We just started another conversation and finished.
Now you had to walk all the way to the one that still takes coins, huh?
Yeah. Well, well, he paid, but yes. I didn't even think about that. I just went up there. Fuck.
So you paid.
All right, whatever. No, I went to that machine. He still paid, but I'm just talking about.
He had to go to the low technology vending machine.
Yeah.
I guess I never really go to the other one, so I didn't even think about it. Just whatever. Anyways, I'm back. What are we talking about?
I mean, Halloween's kind of like the basis. We were still really talking about movies. What else did we talk about?
What movies we talk about? Did I miss that?
Actually, we didn't talk about movies.
Okay.
I just mentioned it. That's right.
All right. Favorite movie? Go.
It's tough.
Or series, genre, not genre, but franchise.
That's a tough one. Come back, because there's so many.
That literally takes away from the go. All right, go.
Star Wars.
Halloween.
You didn't
You
specify
failed.
that. You said.
I mean,
You said. What's your
technically they're
favorite
dressed
movie
up in
or
costumes.
franchise? You said, what's your favorite movie or franchise? Go. You didn't say Halloween movie or franchise. Like,
I mean, that's
literally,
fair. That's why I was thinking.
If we were being recorded, I would say play it back.
He's got a point.
That's true.
So Halloween movie, can we go there? Want to try that?
Halloween movie.
Tell you what,
franchise.
let's start over.
Like
Go.
scary movie.
Me?
Yes, you.
The Halloween series, actually.
Okay.
Cop out.
No, I mean everyone. Like, so the original ones, Jamie Lee Curtis, right? Actually focus on Michael Myers and Laurie Strode. That whole series was good. Number 3, Season of the Witch, took it all
It's the one with the
way out,
mask,
like-
right?
It's what?
It's the one about the mask, right?
It's not even Michael Myers. Just like forget about all that. And then 4 or 5, pretty good, bringing up his niece. You know, tried to keep up with the franchise during the 80s and whatnot. 6 is actually Halloween H2O, right? That was with Jamie Lee Curtis. She's older, had a son, Josh Hartnett, and there was a lot of tie-ins to other ones. Like, for
So was
example,
it H2O or H20? Because it was 20 years.
well, they had a drowning and drank water, so H2O.
Okay.
But you know what I'm saying. But you know, Scream Queen, Jamie Lee Curtis's mom, Psycho.
I feel like I've never seen any of these Halloween movies you're talking about. I remember watching a bunch of them, but I must just not remember them that in depth. That you
So they're
have
not
the
your
whole
favorite
story.
franchise.
Well, either way, her mom, Psycho's, you know, from Alfred Hitchcock, and the car. She's like I forget what role she played, but she came to like visit the family, and the car that she drove was also in Psycho. So there's a lot of
Callbacks, basically.
like homage, Easter eggs, whatever. And then what I really like is how Rob Zombie remade the Halloweens.
I was just gonna say, Rob Zombie Halloweens were amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're
they're
pretty good.
incredible. But if you know the background of the other ones, I mean, they're very well done. But I like all those Rob Zombie movies. He's pretty good at it. With House of a Thousand Corpses, Devil's Rejects.
Stuff like that.
Salem.
Well, they're all
I don't think I saw some.
they're related.
Salem was
to,
good. There's another one called 31 that's really good too.
I haven't seen that. I actually read an article once that Rob Zombie wanted to work on a rom-com
Okay.
because the movie making and artistic value in there that he's not known for it. So basically, just throw people for a loop. He thinks he's capable and wanted to try something new and different.
Somewhat separate to that, because it's not necessarily Halloween, but it sparked my reminder. Was the movie 30 Days of Night? 60 Days of Night? Something like that?
30 Days
It's
of Night.
a
30 Days
vampire
a Night.
movie.
Yeah.
The vampire.
So the book
Also
for
with
that,
Josh Hartnett, I think.
the book for 30 Days a Night is fantastic. It's really good. Like, the movie, they kind of did their own thing with it while kind of following the storyline, but the book was awesome.
Usually. Books are always better.
When I picked up the book, you know, like some movies will have...
What is this thing?
Oh, jeez.
What are
When
these
I picked up the
words?
book, you know how like some movies will have a release and it is literally written play by play of the movie? Like, I read The Dark Knight at one point, and it was scene by scene, the entire movie. There was nothing extra. It was just, like, describing the stuff going on. And that's what I thought it was. And one of my buddies was like, oh, you got to read this. And I, whatever. I let it sit on my shelf for a couple months. And then when I read it, it was fantastic. I loved it. And I think there's, like, 3 sequels to it or something like that. Like, the story carries on. Really good.
One extra night.
No, it continues for...
Daylight savings, roll back the clocks.
It's been a long time since
I
I
really
read
don't
it,
know.
but there was actually like a really good storyline that got completely set off to the side for the movie, as far as like the other characters expanding and stuff.
Saying Josh Hartnett does not have a wide range.
No, he does not. I'm a big fan of Jason. All of them.
Let's see that.
Except for the one in space. That was awful. But there's something about a villain that can just walk around. He has no purpose. He doesn't say anything. Turn the corner, he's there. Something about that old school villain where you don't have to give them a backstory or make them feel or give them a reason why they're doing it. It's just, he's just doing it.
See, along the same lines, that's why Freddy Krueger always got it for me, was obviously he has a backstory and all that, but that whole everyone sleeps, you know, and Freddy, that's when he can get you, is the sleepy time. And as a kid, no one warned me before I saw the first Freddy Krueger movie. They were just like, oh, let's sit down and watch this. Scarred me. Same thing with The Evil Dead. The first time I watched The Evil Dead, I had nightmares about that for
Oh my
years.
God, how could you think that's a horror movie?
No. The first Evil Dead. The first Evil Dead was a horror movie. Like,
It was, they
there was-
tried.
Yeah, there was
But
some.
failed.
Well, I was like 8 when I saw it.
That
The
was-
part where like the chick is pushing up against the basement door or whatever and looking with like the yellow eyes. I was 8 years old. I grew up in a super like religious household. Where I wasn't allowed to watch scary movies. Dude, that scarred me.
The new Evil Dead remake was good though.
I actually watched it a
It's
couple
pretty
weeks ago.
decent. It's not bad. It doesn't.
I like the chainsaw ending. I mean, that was
Yeah.
great.
I don't know. I have a special place in my heart for the Evil Dead series back in the day because I obviously didn't watch them when I was younger, which is weird because it was taking place in Michigan. But then I found them later on and then just fell for Bruce Campbell and all that and how they quirky, stupid they are and like Ash versus Evil Dead. Oh,
Ash vs. Evil Dead was really good.
Haven't watched that one.
it's a series. It's pretty good. It
I see
takes
it.
you back to like Evil Dead 2 and then what was that? Army of Darkness kind of era.
With the book.
The only thing that killed me with the remake was I thought it was super, super solid up until the end. Because the end is where it lost me. Because up until then, I was like, okay, I'm tracking, got it. Like, you're laughing at the dude, like, oh, you're an idiot, you're doing that. I don't want to spoil it for anybody who hasn't seen it, if anybody in the room hasn't seen it. But
I'm not sure if I have.
Nah.
I don't think
The
so.
You would
end-
remember the
is-
ending.
The ending is what
Yeah.
lost me, because the whole time I was waiting for the, like, actually just kidding type thing.
Yeah.
And when it didn't come, I was like, oh. All right, that's weird.
That's fair.
But 85% of the movie was fantastic. I thought they did an awesome job with it. And then getting to see the scene that scarred me as a child in like modern day cinema, like with better effects and everything. Like, thankfully, it didn't have the same effect on me now. You know, I'm like, oh, all right, whatever. But I had like that moment where, as a kid, I was like, that shit gave me nightmares for years.
I feel that way about Texas Chainsaw because I remember.
The original?
Yeah, well, they had put it on the movie. I was being babysitted because I was that little.
Babysat.
Babysat. Depends on where you're from.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't even a little.
The English language says
Well, in
babysit.
Australia.
Yeah, the India. No, this was in Australia, by the way.
So
So
we babysat our babies.
the
That is the worst Australian accent I've ever heard.
sound like an old Italian gangster, like flipping a coin in your hand. But anyways,
Baby Shat, she.
they like changed the channel or they put on a movie and it was completely unintentional. But back in the old VCR days where it just started, it just happened to be right at a gory scene, and I just remember like, what the fuck did I just watch?
If I remember correctly, those were like some of the original
You said
like,
that as a kid.
gore movies.
What the fuck did I just watch?
6 years old. What the
Silently in my head.
fuck? Those were some of the like original gore movies, right? Like when the
think
like
so.
more explicit gore started becoming a thing in cinema.
And now we're all desensitized to it, and we need more and more.
Like
Back when it was
Hills
like
Have Eyes,
cornflakes and corn syrup. That kind of special effects.
Actual movie effects.
Yeah.
Fair. What about you, Leon?
Mine would be the Hellraisers.
Oh, yeah. Those are good.
Pinhead and his little minions are absolutely terrifying to me.
Yeah, Pinhead scares the shit out of me too, just because he's always just sitting back, and everybody else does all the work.
And the chains with the hooks that come out and like grab your skin
Oh,
just randomly.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to rewatch that series because I don't think I've seen that since
They
I was,
made a
like,
new
12.
one last year.
Did they?
Yes, they did.
When you're 12 and all grown up,
Yeah, right.
not so scared anymore.
No, I feel like I had stayed at a friend's house for like a week or something during the summer, and we had watched a ton of scary movies that I wasn't allowed to watch at my house. And we had rewatched The Evil Dead, and that was when I realized I wasn't scared of that movie anymore, and I like laughed at the special effects. But I remember Hellraiser and stuff being one that we watched, and I only watched it once. I don't remember it really grabbing me at the time. I may not have been paying that close of attention, but I've always heard that it's phenomenal.
Yeah,
so maybe as an
Hellraiser's
adult,
good.
I'll watch it and be like, "Oh shit!"
And Twilight. I like
What?
Did you
Twilight.
just what?
Twilight,
Twilight.
all those scary
As
vampires
as
and
a
werewolves.
horror movie or as like a guilty pleasure?
A guilty pleasure. Since we're talking about Halloween, vampires, and werewolves, you know.
Wait, what about Twilight grabbed you? Was it the sparkly vampires? Was it the six-pack abs?
It's
They look like glitter in the sun.
it's the pale white skin with glitter on it. It brings me back.
To what? Strippers?
I mean,
Like stripper dust or something?
stripper dust.
Stripper dust.
No, you've never heard that?
No.
no.
Yeah, like strippers, you know, they got like the glitter, like lotion glitter that they put on their body so they glint
Yeah.
under the lights. You know, you get a lap dance, leave a little glitter on you, you got stripper dust on you.
Speaking of
I've
glitter,
never heard that.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's
Speaking of
impossible to
glitter,
get off.
we went to a strip club with a couple buddies, and this is no shit a saying that came out of his mouth. He said, "I want to get glitter in my gum line."
What?
That
Sounds gross.
Glitter in his gum line. Yep.
I
That
just
is so
gagged on my
oddly
own
specific.
tongue.
Oh.
It just took us all for a loop.
Oh.
We're like, "What? Glitter in your gum line? How?"
What is the plan? What's the sequence of events on
Maybe he's
this?
gonna eat some stripper butt or something. I don't know.
Blech.
I'm literally at a loss for words. Like,
in the gum line.
just hearing it second or third hand is grossing me out.
I would
Yeah.
imagine to get it in the gum line, you'd have to get it on your tongue, and
He
then you'd
would-
have to rub it on the gum.
He succeeded. Just
Either
so
that
you
or-
know,
Did?
he succeeded.
Oh.
Pull his lips back and then just
He did succeed.
like predator it.
Just jaw dislocates and opens up.
It's gross.
Another good horror movie, Event Horizon.
Oh yeah, that is
Ooh,
good.
I haven't seen that in a long time.
Event Horizon?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's an amazing.
I don't think I've seen that.
I think
You'll
next
tear
summer-
your eyes out.
When you said Event Horizon, I thought of the PlayStation game that it's like Horizon Zero Dawn or something
No.
like that.
It's about
yeah,
a
that's totally close.
it's about a spaceship.
Like
That's the
radon.
that's the only
Ryon.
correlation I have. I don't know about
Rydon,
Event
Rydon.
Horizon.
It's about a spaceship with this new gravity drive that can instantaneously transport you from one spot of the universe to another by folding space. Except
Okay.
when it does it, it doesn't go to another spot in the universe. It goes somewhere else and then comes back.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
I
If
If
think
you haven't
ne-
watched
next
it,
time I'm
it's
on a
good.
watch, I'm gonna have to rewatch that.
Is it old? Is it newer?
It's
or-
It's
late 90s.
Yeah, late 90s,
Yeah.
I think.
It's got Lawrence Fishburne
Okay.
and what's that other dude? Sam Neill
Sam Neill.
from Jurassic Park.
Sam Neill.
The main
Which guy
character
in-
in Jurassic Park.
The one that
Oh,
stands
got
up
it,
in the
got it, got
Jeep.
it. Okay.
That's it. He just stood up, and that's your whole takeaway from that entire movie. The one that stood up in the Jeep.
Yeah. Well, he took his glasses off.
That's fair.
You
Okay.
know what movie is real scary, but it's not a scary movie? It's like my nightmare I had.
Your porn you had?
Yeah, God, do not watch that. Freaks me out. Arachnophobia.
I think that's meant to be a scary movie.
Yeah, it's meant to be a scary movie.
Ish. But it's also very...
If you're
Named
scared of
after a phobia.
if you're scared of spiders, it's
Yeah.
a scary
it's
movie.
heebie-jeebies. Like, don't put your feet on the ground. I still think of it to this day sometimes when I reach up under, like, a lamp to turn on the light.
I'm
Like,
sorry. I'm
this
still
is-
just focused on the fact that you said heebie-jeebies,
Yeah, Jeepers Creepers.
which is also a decent movie.
Not bad.
Nah, I didn't like it. I thought it
I
was
said decent.
cheesy.
How about Sinister?
I don't think I've seen Sinister.
So I liked the first one, but then they decided to make a universe, and
Yeah.
ruins it. I think a lot of scary movies lose a lot when they come out with multiples, especially nowadays. I think that may be from getting burnt out in the Jason and Freddy and Michael era of having the constant repeats of the same character. But there's just something about a movie. Like, to be honest, Blair Witch scared the hell out of me when it came out because
Well, marketing on that was really good.
the marketing, yes, and the fact that they hid those 3 actors away for a while, and I didn't even find out they were actors until after I saw the movie, and that's what was really
was most
scaring
people.
people.
Yeah.
Most people were getting so scared that they had to come out and had to tell everybody this was fake and it was not real, and these are the actors, they're alive and well.
Well, they
And
did
I-
something similar with one movie, right? Oh shit, what was it called? It cost like $8,000 to film. It was in like mid 2000s.
Paranormal Activity.
Paranormal Activity.
Yeah.
They did the same thing with that, right?
Sorta, yeah. But this was Blair Witch was way before that.
Yeah.
And me and my best friend went and saw it, and I walked out of there nervous as hell. And
Like,
that
fuck
last
those
scene,
woods.
yeah,
Fuck those woods.
that last scene where he's standing in the corner, and I was like, oh man. And then it took a couple days for me to. I was actually watching. I think it was a late show, and they had him in the audience, and they were like waving to people, and like I could just feel all that fear wash away from me. I was like, because I had thought that was completely real, and being a believer in paranormal stuff, it really got to me.
Yeah, the paranormal movies are the ones that get me the most as far as like real fear. It's not the sinister murderers or the gore, it's the unknown, whether it's like possessions or whatever. Just
Demons.
demons taking over like that.
Dolls.
Shit is creepy.
I think it has to do a lot with the way it's filmed too, because both those 2 films took a different approach to filming. Like in the Blair Witch, they would come upon a scene, and they all had their own cameras, and they all had their own crates, and they had to read from the crate, and nobody else was around. So the director was just laying out crates and they would have to like read what their scene was about and how they're feeling and all that, and then they would just play off each other.
The improv.
Yeah, pretty much.
We back in the day, Exorcist scared me.
Me too.
Doing Linda Blair type stuff, and I got really into it as far as like, is it real, is it not? That I watched I remember this, an A&E documentary on exorcism. So of course it's cable television version, but they had spliced in a few like actual footage as they're telling this young boy's story, and just that documentary scared the shit out of me. And I remember one time, one of the actual footage that was taken was they were asking questions like, where are you from? And the boy on his stomach just started welting, spelling out hell. And I was like, nope, not finishing this episode. Now I'm going to go lie awake in my bed for the rest of the night.
What movie was it that supposedly was based off of a real story? It was like The Exorcism of
Emily Rose.
Emily
Rose, yeah. That one I remember seeing and was like, oh, shit.
Well, the Conjurings
Right.
are based on true stories too. The Conjuring.
Well, the Emily
universe
Rose
stories.
one has like I don't know anything about the Conjuring one, but I know the Emily Rose one had like books and stuff written off of it and like actual evidence and everything. Very curious.
How about the movie The Fourth Kind?
Yeah.
That's really good too.
Yeah, that's good.
With
Kind.
the actual footage.
It's about alien abductions in like Nome, Alaska.
Yeah.
With-
Oh yeah. Fuck. It's been a while since
That one's good. Especially when they dual screen it and you have the actor version next to the real life version. That was awesome.
when they got that was good. And then Mila Jovovich in the beginning is like, all of this is blah 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 blah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, she probably said words.
I don't remember exactly what she said. But
Oh,
like,
okay.
all of this is true.
I can't imagine that
and
being a good film.
Whatever.
All of this is blah 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 blah.
Oh,
The end.
Blah, 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 blah.
only thing I imagine every time I see her is Lilu Dallas Multipass.
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 What's that from?
The Fifth Element.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good Lord.
as soon as I said that, I knew.
Did you?
Forgive me. I am
She's a Resident Evil chick,
extremely
too.
sorry.
Yep.
Those are all right movies. Like the first couple
Yeah,
were all
say
right.
they went high and right.
The
And
thing
towards
that killed me
latter
with the
ones.
Resident Evil movies was growing up, there's two real big franchises I was big on for gaming, and that was Metal Gear and Resident Evil. And when the first Resident Evil movie was coming out, it was after Resident Evil 3. The game was out, and I got so excited because I thought, as a kid, I think I was like 11 or 12 at the time, I thought that they were actually going to base them off the games. And I was so sorely disappointed because I wasn't allowed to see the movie in theaters. I wasn't even allowed to watch the trailer. So I had to watch it at my buddy's house when it came out on VHS. And I was like, what is this? You know, and then when they started bringing in characters from the games in the later entries and making them completely different than what they were in the
Like
games, it was
Redfield
very
and all that.
disappointing. Well, and like Nikolai,
Yeah.
you know, like Carlos, like everybody, Claire, they're all completely different than what their actual characters
Yeah.
were. It was very disappointing. But
So is it Mila or Mila?
Mila.
You sure? Because it could be pronounced either way. It's just spelled the same.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Anyways, did you see, as terrible as it looks, did you see that there's an actual trailer out now for Monster Hunter with her starred in it?
No.
Oh, it looks absolutely awful. I'll still watch it because I love her as an actress, but it looks terrible.
I'm just waiting for Dune.
The remake?
Yes.
Didn't the trailer, they did like a shot-by-shot like remake of the original trailer or something like that?
From what I saw, it was very similar to the original.
Yeah.
Obviously with better graphics and CGI.
I think you
I
lose a
don't know
little
nothing
with the
about
CGI,
I do too.
but I think that's old person in me talking.
Now, back in my day.
I'll be real interested to see the dudes that fold space, what they make them look like.
Yeah.
It's another one I don't think I ever actually saw as a kid was Doom.
You had to be real into sci-fi to have seen Dune.
Super into sci-fi.
It's the most sci-fi movie you will ever watch.
Yeah. I think just as a kid I wasn't really into it at the time. And then
Like they decided what sci-fi was based off this movie.
Yeah,
Oh God, yeah.
fair. When everybody was saying there's a Dune remake coming out, I thought they said Doom. I was like, oh,
Those are terrible.
Well, that's really cool. Like, oh, maybe they'll actually make him into something
Terrible.
good. Yeah. The movies were terrible, but
Yeah, anything Doom pretty much sucks.
yeah.
Right?
Mm.
My mom was not in those movies, by the way.
Hopefully not.
Well, I guess it's getting kind of late.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
I could
starting to
sleep
feel it.
now that I'm thinking about all the creepy things.
Yeah.
Thinking about the eyes looking at you, and
Freddy Krueger, where you can't go to sleep.
maybe I'll sleep in my Master Chief armor tonight to feel safe.
Thinking about hooks hooking my mouth and pulling me away.
I did that one time.
Hellraiser.
I'm sorry.
If that is really something that's getting you, I'm gonna have to watch that because you're not the first person that I've talked to as an adult that is still like the Hellraiser movies still
Oh, yeah.
get me.
If you
I'm
can
gonna have to
imagine
go
things
back.
coming out of hell and looking, just looking like they came out of hell. Yeah.
Like they do.
Oh, yeah. They did
I
a
have no
really
clue
good
what
job
you're
with
talking
like the.
He's one of the demons where he clicks his teeth really loud. Yeah, it's scary.
It is frightening.
I've learned about 16 things I need to add to my watch list.
Yeah, I was gonna say you describing it and being like, "This is terrifying." I'm like, that doesn't sound scary.
Even
at all.
as an adult.
Teeth
That's why I
chattering like
wanna
it's
watch
really
it.
cold.
Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna come back and be like, "Oh, I watched it. The teeth shat." Yeah, makes sense. You know.
Say the new one's not as scary as the older ones. I mean, it's still
No.
pretty terrifying, though.
But I wonder if that's just because we're older
I mean, it could
and
be.
sort of, like you said, desensitized to it. But
I mean, I guess
yeah.
that would be interesting because I'm going completely fresh, so I could watch both and then see. Which
Well,
one's
there's like 8 of them.
There
8
is.
Hellraisers.
Don't watch the one in space.
better. Oh well, shit.
That one
I thought
wasn't
it-
terrible.
I thought it was like a trilogy.
That dog, though.
Yeah, the
was
dog.
scary.
I think when they branched out and were trying to put these bad guys in space, like
There was a period in time when
Jason
they did that with
X.
everything.
Yeah.
So what I've learned today is that space is cool if you can fold time in the universe,
Yep.
but space is not cool if murderers from Earth go into it.
Pretty
Yeah.
much, yeah.
I mean,
That's pretty fair.
That's a good synopsis, yeah.
Well,
Yep.
on that note, I'm going to go hit my rack, folks.
And contemplate on what's cool and what's not.
Yeah, that was a good.
No, I'm beat. I've been up
note.
super early, so
I
I'm
guess.
ready to sleep.
Weirdo. I mean, Leon
Alright.
doesn't
Just
look like
me,
he's going to
whatever.
sleep at all tonight. His
I'm
eyes are
not.
real wide.
Gonna stare at my rack light.
You better hope that Rob doesn't try to fish hook you in the middle of the night.
I have a feeling he's gonna like fuck with me in the middle of the night.
Oh, it's October, baby. That's all I do.
No, the pranks in October are the best.
Yeah. Just the scares. I got one of my kids once, and I was hiding behind a door, and I was on my hands and knees just waiting. And he was,
And waiting.
yeah.
And waiting.
I think she was like 6 or 7, and she just, being a kid, plopping along, comes running through. And the best part was like when you scare a little kid and they don't know how to react, and her legs just were kicking straight up in front of her. Of course, I barked like a dog at her. I was like, "Rah, rah, rah, rah," and her legs just were kicking out in front of her, like she's doing the can and trying to run away, with that scared look of fear on her face too.
Like river dance.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I think the best scare I've ever given, and it was completely unintentional because I didn't think it was going to work, was I bought one
First
of those...
time you took your clothes off on your wife?
Right?
Close. I bought one of those, like, dog suits that's like a spider, and I put it on one of my dogs and had it run down the stairs to my wife. It didn't look scary at all. It just had, like, the weird, like, legs off to the side. Well, I thought the lights were still on downstairs, and my wife had turned off the lights and was coming up the stairs, and I let my dog out from the bedroom to run down the stairs, and all she saw was a silhouette of the spider dog thing coming running down the stairs at her. My wife screeched and just slammed against the ground. Like, I was
Just
like,
frozen
I was
in
like, if that
fear.
would have been a real demon spider, like, you just gave yourself up to it. She was like, I didn't know what to do. I was like, so you laid down?
I thought you were gonna say she like punted your dog back up the stairs.
No, she just like fetal position on the ground. It was like you feel like a terrible husband afterwards. You're like, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna have to make it up to you. But I was crying the whole time laughing.
I hid in the back of somebody's car one time and scared them while they were driving and
Oh.
forced them into an
Oh
accident.
no! Did you wait like 5 minutes into the ride too, and like do the slow like
Just waited till they look in the rear view.
with a mask
So
on?
it was like a Jeep Cherokee, so it's open all the way to the trunk, and I was in the very back, and we were on the highway.
Oh,
When I got out, I just leaned up and just yelled as loud as I could. And he was like, ah! Like started swerving, slammed on the brakes, hit the guardrail.
Should have grabbed his shoulder or something and just been like, "Hello."
All right. Well, on that note, I'm going to bed.
All right, see y'all later.
All right, gents.
Later.
Later.
Do you live next to a fragrant fish market? Does your residence taste like pennies when you breathe? Are there too many cats hanging around your place of business? Call the experts. Call DoorDouche. Our lawsuit pending formula delivers the highest grade of vinegar and water cleaning products that promises to get the funk out so you can go back to enjoying your summer's evening.
No fish were harmed in the making of this app.
Chief Master Gunny Doom was played by Robert Williams. Full Petty Soldier Pike was played by Christopher Sharp. Second Sergeant Scroll, played by Andrew Mingione. Petty Corporal Leon, played by Christopher Short. U.N.A.S.S logo created by Natascha Mingione. Thank you for listening to Midwatch.